I'm going to give it a few minutes and see if anyone shows up. This is kind of a last minute, as you can tell. It is 7:59. Oh, now 8 o'clock. I just barely made it in the 7 o'clock hour. I I'm trying to. I'm thinking about doing something different. I have been doing live streams, but I'm thinking about doing pre-recorded premieres, and there's a reason for this. I want to give people the ability to read along. And unfortunately, with my setup currently, I don't have to where people can read along. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to include the include uh, the text in the comment section, the chapters. So you can actually, if you are watching through the premiere, you can have the comments opened on your if you're on a computer, you would be able to open up your comments and also read along if you wanted to. All right. So anyway, um, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Hopefully in the future, I will be able to have a better setup. But for right now, that is just the way it is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read in Genesis. Now I am reading for those of you who are new. I'm reading from Sword of the Spirit. That's the version of the Bible that I'm reading from. And I have already, this is night 6. I have already read many of the stories, creation, the Garden of Eden, Noah, the Tower of Babel, Abraham, and Isaac. And I'm currently working on the story with Jacob. And the um, just to let you know, it is in Paleo Hebrew, reconstructed Paleo Hebrew, as far as the names go. So the names are going to sound a little bit funny to you, and also the sacred name of the Most High. I do not use the Lord in my in this interpretation of the Bible. Does not use the Lord. It uses the true sacred name of the Most High, which is Yahweh. And I know that a lot of people use different names like Jehovah, Yahweh, Yahuwah, um, but I am using more of the Middle Eastern, because it's the more of the Semitic language, okay? So that region, the sounds and pronunciations from that region, and it is Yehua, all right? There's a little gargle in your throat. So I am going to be coming on in the 7 o'clock hour in the morning and again in the 7 o'clock hour in the evening to read a couple chapters for the next 40 days and today, days and nights. And today, or tonight, is the 6th day. A little bit about myself. I have written and self-published a book. So I about some of the prophetic things that have happened over the last several years. Um, there are links to these books in my comment section, in my description box, if you're interested in learning more about that. I'm going to go ahead and start my reading. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to do so. Also, hey, while you're here, please hit the like button and subscribe. That way you don't miss anything. When I get done with the 40 days and 40 nights, I do intend to do some deep Bible studies, all right? So let me go ahead and get started on this quick reading. Now, the reason why I'm doing the 40 days and 40 nights is because of I'm reading the Torah. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, the 5 books of Moses. And so I'm going to be knocking it out in the course of 40 days and 40 nights. So I'm going to go ahead and begin my reading. I'm on chapter 33. And Jacob went on his way. Also the angels of Elohim met him. Then when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is the encampment of Elohim." Therefore he called the name of that place Machnaam, encampments. And Jacob sent angels in the presence of Ashau, his brother, unto the land of Sha'ir, Shagi, the country of Adum. Then he commanded them, saying, This you will speak to your this you will speak to my lord Ashau. Thus saith your servant Jacob. I have sojourned with Laban, and stayed there until now. And I have oxen and asses, flocks and manservants and maidservants. And I have sent to tell un- and I have sent to tell to my lord that I may find grace in your sight. Then the angel returned to Jacob, saying, We came to your brother Ashau. Also, he is coming unto you, and 40 men with him. Therefore Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. So he divided the people who were with him, and the flocks, and herds, and the camels into 2 camps. Also he said, If Ashau comes to one camp and strikes it, then the other camp which is left will escape. Furthermore Jacob said, O Elohim of my father Abraham, and Elohim of my father Yitzhak, he who exists, who said to me, Return to your country and to your kindred, and I will deal well with you. I am not worthy of the least of all your mercy, and of all the truth which you have showed your servant. For I have passed over this Yarden with my staff, but now I have come but now I have become 2 camps. Deliver me, I pray you, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Ashau, for I fear him, lest he will come and strike me, the mother with the children. For he said, Surely I will do you good, and make your seed like the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. Then he lodged there that same night, and took of what and took of that which came to his hand a present for Ashau his brother, 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats, 200 ewes and 20 rams, 30 milk camels with their colts, 40 cows, and 10 bulls, 20 she-asses, and 10 fowl. Then he delivered them into the hand of his servant, every drove by themselves, and said to his servant, Pass over before me, and put a space between drove and drove. Also he commanded the foremost, saying, When my brother Ashau meets you, and asks you, saying, Whose are you? And where are you going? And whose are these before you? Then you will say to then you will say, They are they are your servants Jacob. This is a present sent unto my lord Ashau, and behold, he is behind us as well. Furthermore, he commanded the second, and the third, and all who followed the groves, saying, On this manner you will speak to Ashau, when you find him. Also say, Behold, your servant Jacob is behind us. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goes before me. After this, I will see his face. Perhaps he will accept my face. Therefore the present went be- Therefore the present went over before him, and during the night he lodged at that camp. But he rose up that night and took his 2 wives, Jabbok, and passed over the ford Jabbok. Then he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent them over, he sent over what he had. Thus Jacob was left alone, and there a man wrestled with him until the break of day. And when he saw that did not prevail against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh. Therefore, okay, I'm having some difficulty, so I hope you're still there. All right. Hmm, let me see where I'm at. But he replied, I will not let you go except you bless me. Then he asked him, what is your name? And he answered, Jacob. Then he said, your name will not be called Jacob anymore, but Yishariel. He is a prince of all. For you are a prince with Elohim and with mortals. Thus you will overcome. Therefore Jacob asked and said, I pray you, tell me your name. However, he asked, why is it that you ask for my name? Then he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel. Therefore I have seen Elohim face to face, yet you have preserved my life. Then the sun rose upon him, just as he passed over Peniel, and he hobbled upon his thigh. Therefore the children of Yishariel did not eat of the sinew, which is the tendon upon the hollow of the thigh, until today, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew of the shank. Therefore, therefore Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked. Behold, Ashau was coming, and with him was 400 men. Therefore he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto both handmaids. Then he put the handmaids and their children foremost. Then Leah and her children were after. Then Rachel and Yusuf were the furthest back. Moreover, he passed over before them, and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. Then Asharu ran to meet him and embraced him. Therefore he fell upon his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Also he lifted up his eyes and saw the women and the children. Then he asked, who are these with you? And he answered, the children which Elohim has graciously given your servant. Then the handmaids came near, and they bowed themselves. Then he asked, then the handmaids came near and bowed themselves. Also Leah with her children came near, and they bowed themselves. Afterwards Yusuf and Rachel came near, and they bowed themselves. Then he asked, what do you mean by all those robes which I met? And he answered, those are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. Therefore Asharu said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that which you have for yourself. But Jacob said, no, I pray you, if I have found grace in your sight now, then receive my present from my hand. For such as I have seen your face is like seeing the face of Elohim, and you are pleased with me. Take, I pray you, the blessing which is brought unto you, because Elohim has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. Thus he argued, thus he urged him. Therefore he took. Then he said, let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before you. But he said to him, my Lord knows that the children are tender, and the flocks and the herds with me are with young. Moreover, if the young men will override them one day, the entire flock will die. I, I pray you, let my Lord pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according to the livestock that goes before me, and the children are able to endure, until I come unto my Lord towards Shaer. Therefore Asheru said, now let me leave some people who are with me, with you. And he asked, what is the need? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord. So Asharu returned on his way towards Shaer that day. But Jacob journeyed to Sukkot. Then he built himself a house and made booths for his livestock. Therefore, the name of the place is called Sechut, booths. All right, so that was a very long chapter, 51 verses. So basically, Jacob, wrestled with someone. Many people know it to be an angel. I think, let me see what he's described as here. Okay, it just calls him a man. All right, just a man came and wrestled with Jacob. All right, so, but we know it to be an angel. So that's kind of a strange thing, but it's what we have. I want to talk about um, a little bit about what I'm doing. So I'm doing a reading marathon of the Torah, which is the first five books of the Bible. I am coming at 7 o'clock ish in the morning and coming again 7 o'clock ish at night for 40 days and 40 nights. Today is the sixth night, and the Bible that I'm reading from has reconstructed Paleo Hebrew pronunciations. Also, the Tetragrammaton, the sacred name of the Most High, is written in Paleo Hebrew. This will probably be my last live stream. From here on out, I am going to be participating in the live chat in Premieres. All right. And for those who are working on computers, because I am going to be doing it through a Premiere, you will have access to the scriptures and you can read along if you want, because I will have them in the comment section. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, whatever. And that way you can actually have access to the scriptures. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read 34, and then that will be it for tonight. I do want to thank everyone who has popped in, and thank you very much. So let's go ahead and read chapter 34. And Jacob came peacefully to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Padan Aram, and he pitched his tent before the city. Also, he bought a parcel of a field, where he spread his tent for 100 pieces of money at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father. There he erected an altar and called it Al Alhui Yishariel. Al is the deity of Yishariel. And the daughter and the daughter of Leah, Dinah, who was born unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hiwi, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and laid with her. Thus he defiled her. But Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, joined his soul with hers, and he loved her, the damsel. And he loved the damsel. And he spoke to the young woman's heart. Therefore Shechem spoke to her father, Hamor, saying, get me this damsel for a wife. Furthermore Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. However, His sons were in, However, his sons were with the livestock in the field. Therefore Jacob held his peace until they came. Yet Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out to Jacob to commune with him. Also the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had worked folly within Ishmael by lying with Jacob's daughter. The thing ought not to have been done. Still yet Hamor communed with them, saying, She desired Shechem my son. His soul is with your daughter. I pray you, give her unto him to wife. Therefore you will make marriages with us. Give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto yourself. Moreover, you will give, moreover you will dwell with us, and the land will be before you. Dwell and trade in it. Also get your possessions in it. Then Shechem said to her father and her brethren, Let me find grace in your eyes. And what will I say to you? I will, and what you will say to me, I will give. Ask a very high dowry and gift, and I will give according to that, to what you say to me. Only give me the damsel to wife. But the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully. They spoke because he had defiled Dinah their sister. Therefore they said to them, Why cannot we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one who is uncircumcised, for that is a reproach to us. But by this we will consent to you, if you will take if you will be like us, that every male among you become circumcised. Then we will give our daughters unto you, and you will take your daughters unto ourselves. Furthermore, we will dwell with you, and we will become a unified people. But if you will not hearken unto us to take a, to become circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will leave. Moreover, their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamar's son. And the young man did not delay to do the thing, because he had delighted in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. Therefore Hamor and Shechem his son came to the gates of the city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceful with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land and trade in it. For, behold, the land is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters, and unto ourselves as wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only by this will the men consent to us, to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us is circumcised like they are circumcised. Will their livestock and their substance and every beast of theirs not be ours? Therefore all who went out of the gates of the city hearkened unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son, and every male was circumcised, all who went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Shimon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, took each man his sword, and boldly they came upon the city, and slew all the males. Also they slew Hamor and Shechem, the son, with the edge of the sword. And they took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and they left. Furthermore the sons of Jacob came unto the slain, and they plundered the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth. Also, all their little ones and their wives were taken captive. Thus it was plundered, and all that was in the house. Then Jacob said to Shemaon and Philippi, you have troubled me to make me a stench among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaani and the Perizzim, for I am few in number. They will gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I will be destroyed, me and my house. Furthermore, they said, should he dwell with our sister as should he deal with our sister as a harlot? All right, so they were defending their actions on why they thought it was okay to slaughter a whole town because they had defiled their sister and treated her like a whore. All right, so that is going to be it tonight. Thank you so much for participating, and I will try to get a pre-recorded message done for tomorrow morning with the chapters in the comment section so you can read along if you choose to. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.